the running joke for this camera here in the office is, we're going to sit down and open the review by saying this is truly one of the Fujifilm cameras of all time. Well, thing is, this is one of the Fujifilm cameras of all time, because it's not a bad camera by any means, but it's also not redefining any imaging paradigms either. But that's not necessarily a bad thing for a Fuji. The TLDR for what's new with the X-T30 Mark III is going to be my shortest ever review for a camera, because this is literally an XM5 with an EVF plus a flash. Features-wise, at least. Hardware-wise, this looks exactly like its predecessor. Same dimensions, same weight, only difference is the mode dial on top is now a film sim dial. From the front, nobody would even be able to tell you're on the Mark III, because it looks exactly identical from the front down to the exact same model badge. The only place you'll get confirmation that you are indeed holding Fuji's latest camera is the very small model name they've barely fit onto the screen bezel on the back. Other than that, you're really holding what we already had with the X-T30 Button layout is unchanged, a flick lever for auto mode, pop-up flash, classic focus mode dial on the front, and a W126S battery compartment shared with a single SD card slot. Same screen setup as before, this tilts only up or down, so no selfie screen with this one. EVF in the middle, just like before. At this point, I should say that it's not necessarily a bad thing this is using the same body as the Mark II. If it ain't broken. This is an update, not a reinvention. In fact, not many Fuji models at all get a third iteration, so based on that alone, I dare say the X-T30 is clearly a place in the lineup Fuji cares very much about. Though there is a bit of a sub-segmenting within the double-digit XT range going on here, because there was the X-T30 Mark II, then we thought the X-T50 replaced that, but now we're back with the X-T30 III. Funny enough, from the X-T30 Mark II, you'll actually find the same 4th generation X-Tron sensor in here. It's the same approach Fuji's taken with the XS20 and later with the XM5. They're reusing the sensor from one generation prior, but tapping into more of its potential by driving it with their latest 5th generation processor. It's a genius approach, because for a very accessible price point, Fuji's able to offer, in the X-T30 Mark III, very generous features like 6.2K open gate up to 30p, or 4K up to 60p with a slight crop. The latest subject detection AF algorithms are here, and just like what we had on the XM5, there's the option to record Full HD 9:16 video using the full height of the sensor without having to flip the camera on its side. F-Log 2 is also available, and as far as film simulations go, this has all 20 of the current film sims. About that, the film sim experience on this adopts one very neat feature we just saw introduced in the XE5. You can save a film simulation recipe onto each of the FS1, 2, and 3 positions of the film simulation dial. So there's plenty of very neat upgrades going for this compared to the X-T30 Mark II. But against the rest of Fuji's current lineup, the first impression of the 30 Mark III is probably a bit underwhelming, because this is adopting many features we've definitely already seen before on other models. So it doesn't feel that fresh. But for many looking to own a Fuji camera, it doesn't really need to be an overachiever. This is about the most refined Fuji camera you can get in this price range. Still doesn't have IBIS though. At least this new kit lens they're releasing with has a 4-stop OIS. It's a 13 to 33mm, brand new zoom lens they're dropping together with the X-T30 Mark III, but let's be real. I'm not gonna pretend to be excited about an f3.5 to 6.3 zoom. You can't exactly glaze a kit lens. Though credit where this is due, the wide end of 13mm is a welcome amount wider than what we're used to getting on kit lenses. This would also be Fuji's smallest and lightest X-mount zoom lens to date. Though you will eventually still want to upgrade from this, because f6.3 at 33mm. It's actually kinda rare to see a Fuji camera released outside of an X Summit. As much as it feels there's a lack of pomp and circumstance surrounding this release, you can't deny this is the most well-balanced Fuji in terms of price versus what you get. For around the price of a new smartphone, you get almost every feature Fuji currently has to offer in a body just big enough to be practical and just small enough to keep it portable.